Waiting. What's up, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Dustin's Fish Tanks, bringing it to you with a little bit of a rant on how to kill your plants slowly. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. So today I want to talk about how to kill your aquarium plants slowly with reverse osmosis water. This video was started on Saturday in my brain as I was slowly clearing out my wonderful container full of nothing but a bunch of fish tank crap out in the garage. I did a big purge. It felt fantastic, and now I'm actually just sitting there and going through stuff, and I found an RO unit. I also got an email from a customer who was complaining to me that some of the plants they had purchased from me had died, so I'd like to just give you a little bit of rant on how to slowly kill your aquarium plants with RO water. First, let's talk about this RO unit right here as I take off my Eclipse glasses. Make it hard to see everything, and I'll show you this right here. This is the RO unit in question. This is a reverse osmosis unit that I've had probably longer than most of you have been alive, and right here, this is a attachment. This is how it goes into the sink. The water comes into here. It goes through this membrane. Where's it go? This membrane, this membrane, this membrane, this membrane, and then out here. And this is where the good reverse osmosis water comes out, right there. And then the black tube, which you can follow all the way over there, actually is the wastewater. Here's the problem. Reverse osmosis, I'm not going to get into exactly how it works, but basically what a reverse osmosis unit does is it strips the water down to almost pure water, and there's a bunch of, you can get down micron filters or however you want to do that, but it removes, I'm taking this straight off the CDC website here, common chemicals, metal ions, sodium, fine, copper, chlorine, which is good. We want to remove the chlorine. There's no disputing that. However, it most importantly removes calcium, it removes magnesium, it removes potassium. Let me start at nitrate, potassium, and phosphorus, okay? NPK. Potassium is actually in there, but you get it. So it removes some of the macro elements that you have and that you need into your aquarium. So that is a problem, and I feel like people kind of have this over filtering thing. The same can be held true. By the way, I've got some new fish up in this bag to show you guys here in just a second. There's some fish in the 5 gallons, so hang tight with me. I will be showing you what's going on up in there. But I think it's a problem like with people washing their hands too much with sterilizer. I think people think that they're like, I got an RO unit. And the question I got was this. A customer had emailed me, said, hey Dustin, I bought some Nubias from you, I bought some Sads from you, and I've had them in my tank for a week, and I'm using nothing but RO water all over the place, and I've got great lights, and I don't think you had the greatest substrate, but I'm using RO water, and I'm understanding like everything seems to be withering away. When you use only RO water, I'm going to talk about using mixes with RO water, but when you use only RO water, you are using water that is completely worthless to your aquarium, okay? There is nothing in the water. There's no calcium, there's no magnesium, there's no calcium, no magnesium, no phosphorus, no potassium, no nitrate. All of that stuff has been removed from your tank. So when you remove all that stuff from your tank, your your plants are not able to get any of that stuff into their body. So you're basically, it's like the equivalent of eating a salad that's nothing but romaine lettuce and cucumbers, and there's absolutely no nutritional value, or you send your kids to school on a full belly of like a tiny little granola bar. Like my kid, coincidentally named Nola Granola, get it? When she eats that kind of stuff, like she's a hungry monster when she gets home here in a little bit actually, because she hasn't had enough to eat. So your plants eat, and if you're feeding them RO water with absolutely nothing in it, there's nothing available for those plants, and they will ultimately wither away. A big tip for you is this. Do not use RO water. If you have a place that's selling RO water, go to them and say, give me the stuff out of the black tube. Give me this stuff right here. Give me the stuff out of this tube, Dusty. Give me this stuff right here. Because this, oh, that's gross. I had that in my mouth. See that? This is actually what happens and what is coming out. This is all the like super duper, all the baddies water. And I actually had a reef way back in the day, and I actually used the gross water out of the waste. First of all, RO units are extremely wasteful. So I used the wastewater in my planted tank and had fantastic results. So do not use RO water in your tank. If you have a Nubias, nothing melts a Nubias faster than really hot temperatures and RO water. The only real exception would be is if you had like pH that was coming out of like 9, you just had like super high rocks. Even then I'd run a pH, I could run a Nubius in that, but you would maybe cut it with RO water. The exception to the rule would be this: if you have horrible water and for some reason you're like, your water is so bad that you strip it down to nothing, and then you go and you rebuild it and you add back the calcium and you add back the magnesium and you add back the potassium and you add back the nitrate and you add back the phosphorus and you put all that stuff, but then you're building water, and that's more work, and ain't nobody got time for that. We can't do this all day. So you have to understand that. I think it's overlooked. Like, people, they're like, they tinker too much. Like, you tinker too much in your tank and you get into problems. So I really think that people need to just take a step back. If someone's like, hey, are you using RO water? Like, unless you're running discus where they want the lower stuff, you're gonna have a hard time growing plants.